The 2020 Atlantic hurricane season is the most active Atlantic hurricane season on record. It is an ongoing season featuring tropical cyclone formation at a record-breaking rate. So far, there have been a total of 31 tropical or subtropical cyclones, 30 named storms, 13 hurricanes, and 6 major hurricanes. NB1, it is also the second tropical cyclone season to feature the Greek letter storm naming system, along with the 2005 season. Of the 30 named storms, 12 made landfall in the contiguous United States, breaking the record of 9 set in 1916. This season featured 6 U.S. landfalling hurricanes, tying with 1886 and 1985 for the most in one season. The season has had 5 Category 4 hurricanes, the highest number recorded in a single season in the Atlantic Basin and the first such occurrence since 2005. The season was also the 5th consecutive season in which at least one Category 5 hurricane formed. During the season, 27 tropical storms have broken the record for the earliest formation by storm number. This unprecedented activity has been fueled by an ongoing La Niña. It has been the 5th consecutive above-average season, from 2016 onward. The season officially started on June 1 and will officially end on November 30. However, the formation of tropical cyclones is possible at any time, as illustrated by the early formation of tropical storms Arthur and Bertha, on May 16 and 27, respectively. This marked the record 6th consecutive year with preseason systems. In June, Cristobal made landfall in Louisiana, killing 15 people and causing $665 million in damage. NB2, in July, Tropical Storm Faye caused moderate damage and killed 6 in the northeastern United States. 2 weeks later, Hannah, the season's first hurricane, made landfall in South Texas. This was followed by Hurricane Isaias, which made landfall in the Bahamas and North Carolina, both times as a Category 1 hurricane, bringing heavy impacts and a destructive tornado outbreak, causing an overall $4.725 billion in damage. In August, twin cyclones Laura and Marco threatened Louisiana as hurricanes, although Marco ultimately weakened before making landfall on the Mississippi Delta as a tropical storm. 2, however, Laura made landfall in Louisiana as a Category 4 hurricane, becoming the strongest tropical cyclone on record in terms of wind speed to make landfall in Louisiana, alongside the 1856 Last Island hurricane. 3. Laura caused at least $14.1 billion in damage and 77 deaths. September was the most active month on record in the Atlantic, with 10 named storms, starting with Niña, which destroyed several hundred acres of banana crop in Belize. Hurricane Paulette made landfall in Bermuda, the first storm to do so since 2014, before transitioning into an extratropical storm. It then reformed near the Azores and moved erratically before dissipating on September 23. Hurricane Sally impacted the U.S. Gulf Coast, causing severe flooding, while Hurricane Teddy skimmed Bermuda before affecting Atlantic Canada as an extratropical cyclone, shortly after becoming the 4th largest tropical cyclone, by the diameter of gale-force winds, on record in the Atlantic. The Greek alphabet started with subtropical storm Alpha, which made landfall in Portugal soon after forming, becoming the first tropical or subtropical cyclone to make landfall there on record. Tropical storm Beta affected Texas, causing moderate flooding and gusty winds. Starting in October, a slew of powerful late-season storms developed, including Tropical Storm Gamma and Hurricane Delta, which both struck Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula days apart. Delta would later impact Louisiana, becoming the 10th storm to strike the continental U.S. this season. Just weeks later, Hurricane Zeta also passed through the Yucatan Peninsula before becoming the record-breaking 5th storm of the season to make landfall in Louisiana. On the last day of October, another tropical depression formed and later strengthened into Hurricane Eta. This deadly storm forged a path through northeastern Central America at Category 4 strength before moving erratically across central Cuba and the Florida Keys as a tropical storm. It was the 12th tropical cyclone to make landfall in the continental United States during the season. 4. After subtropical Theta became the record-breaking 29th named storm of the season, an even stronger Hurricane Iota formed in the Caribbean and rapidly intensified to Category 5 intensity on November 16, the latest on record in the Atlantic Ocean. This also made 2020 the only season with 2 major hurricanes in November. 5. Iota ultimately made landfall in the same general area of Central America that Eta had just weeks earlier. Early on, officials in the United States expressed concerns the hurricane season could potentially exacerbate the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic for U.S. coastal residents. 6-7, as expressed in an op-ed of the Journal of the American Medical Association, there exists an inherent incompatibility between strategies for population protection from hurricane hazards, evacuation and sheltering, i.e., transporting and gathering people together in groups, and effective approaches to slow the spread of COVID-19, physical distancing and stay-at-home orders, i.e., separating and keeping people apart. 8. Forecasts of hurricane activity are issued before each hurricane season by noted hurricane experts, such as Philip J. Klotzbach and his associates at Colorado State University, and separately by NOAA forecasters. Klotzbach's team, formerly led by William M. Gray, defined the average, 1981 to 2010, hurricane season as featuring 12.1 tropical storms, 6.4 hurricanes, 2.7 major hurricanes, storms reaching at least Category 3 strength in the Saffir-Simpson scale, and an accumulated cyclone energy, ACE, index of 106 units. 12. NOAA defines a season as above normal, near normal or below normal by a combination of the number of named storms, the number reaching hurricane strength, the number reaching major hurricane strength, and the ACE index. 30. On December 19, 2019, Tropical Storm Risk, TSR, a public consortium consisting of experts on insurance, risk management, and seasonal climate forecasting at University College London, issued an extended range forecast predicting a slightly above average hurricane season. In its report, the organization called for 15 named storms, 7 hurricanes, 4 major hurricanes, and an ACE index of 105 units. This forecast was based on the prediction of near-average trade winds and slightly warmer than normal sea surface temperatures, SSTs, across the tropical Atlantic as well as a neutral El Niño Southern Oscillation, ENSO, phase in the equatorial Pacific. 11. On April 2, 2020, forecasters at Colorado State University echoed predictions of an above-average season, forecasting 16 named storms, 8 hurricanes, 4 major hurricanes, and an ACE index of 150 units. The organization posted significantly heightened probabilities for hurricanes tracking through the Caribbean and hurricanes striking the U.S. coastline. 12. TSR updated their forecast on April 7, predicting 16 named storms, 8 hurricanes, 3 major hurricanes, and an ACE index of 130 units. 13. On April 13, the University of Arizona, UA, predicted a potentially hyperactive hurricane season, 19 named storms, 10 hurricanes, 5 major hurricanes, and accumulated cyclone energy index of 163 units. 14. A similar prediction of 18 named storms, 9 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes was released by the Weather Company on April 15. 15. Following that, North Carolina State University released a similar forecast on April 17, also calling for a possibly hyperactive season with 18 to 22 named storms, 8 to 11 hurricanes and 3 to 5 major hurricanes. 16. On April 21, the Pennsylvania State University Earth Science Systems Center also predicted high numbers, 19.8 plus / total named storms, range 15 to 24, best estimate 20. 17. On May 20, Mexico's Servicio Meteorológico Nacional released their forecast for an above-average season with 15 to 19 named storms, 7 to 9 hurricanes and 3 to 4 major hurricanes. 18. The UK Met Office released their outlook that same day, predicting average activity with 13 tropical storms, 7 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes expected to develop between June and November 2020. They also predicted an ACE index of around 110 units. 19. NOAA issued their forecast on May 21, calling for a 60% chance of an above-normal season with 13 to 19 named storms, 6 to 10 hurricanes, 3 to 6 major hurricanes, and an ACE index between 110% and 190% of the median. They cited the ongoing warm phase of the Atlantic multi-decadal oscillation and the expectation of continued ENSO neutral or even La Niña conditions during the peak of the season as factors that would increase activity. 20. On June 4, Colorado State University released an updated forecast, calling for 19 named storms, 9 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes. 22. On July 7, Colorado State University released another updated forecast, calling for 20 named storms, 9 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes. 24. On July 7, Tropical Storm Risk released an updated forecast, calling for 18 named storms, 8 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes. 25. On July 16, the Weather Company released an updated forecast, calling for 20 named storms, 8 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes. 26. On August 5, Colorado State University released an additional updated forecast, their final for 2020, calling for a near record-breaking season, predicting a total of 24 named storms, 12 hurricanes, and 5 major hurricanes, citing the anomalously low wind shear and surface pressures across the basin during the month of July and substantially warmer than average tropical Atlantic and developing La Niña conditions. 31. On August 5, Tropical Storm Risk released an updated forecast, their final for 2020, also calling for a near record-breaking season, predicting a total of 24 named storms, 10 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes, citing the favorable July trade winds, low wind shear, warmer than average tropical Atlantic, and the anticipated La Niña. 32. The following day, NOAA released their second forecast for the season whilst calling for an extremely active season containing 19 to 25 named storms, 7 to 11 hurricanes, and 3 to 6 major hurricanes. This was one of the most active forecasts ever released by NOAA for an Atlantic hurricane season. 33. Tropical cyclogenesis began in the month of May, with tropical storms Arthur and Bertha. This marked the first occurrence of 2 preseason tropical storms in the Atlantic since 2016, the first occurrence of 2 named storms in the month of May since 2012, and the record 6th consecutive season with preseason cyclones, extending the record set from 2015 to 2019. Tropical storm Cristobal formed on June 1, coinciding with the official start of the Atlantic hurricane season. Cristobal was also the earliest named third storm on record in the Atlantic basin. Tropical storm Dolly also formed in June. Tropical storms Edward, Faye, and Gonzalo, along with hurricanes Hannah and Isaias, formed in July. Hannah became the first hurricane of the season and struck South Texas, while Isaias became the second hurricane of the season and struck much of the Caribbean and the east coast of the United States. Tropical Depression 10 also formed in late July off the coast of West Africa but quickly dissipated. July 2020 tied 2005 for the most active July on record in the basin in terms of named systems. 58-59, August saw the formations of tropical storms Josephine and Kyle, and hurricanes Laura and Marco. Marco ultimately became the third hurricane of the season, but rapidly weakened before making landfall in southeast Louisiana. Laura subsequently became the fourth hurricane, and first major hurricane of the season, before making landfall in southwest Louisiana at Category 4 strength with 150 miles per hour, 240 kilometers per hour, winds. The month concluded with the formation of Tropical Depression 15, which intensified into Tropical Storm Omar on September 1.